confrontational about it at times. Wow. Another text from my dad, trying to protect me, which I understand. He's definitely misinformed as to what is going on with Islam. He says that if I ever change my mind and decide to leave Islam, that the Muslims will threaten and kill me and my dad and my son. Basically, it's all him trying to protect me and asking me to be careful and trying to show me what the real side of Islam is about. But the problem is he doesn't know what the real side is because he's not involved in it. Once you become involved in Islam, the true and correct and pure Islam, you understand what the truth is. He's reaching the point now, I've had conversations with him about it, trying to show him what true Islam is, and that it's not what he's seen on the news, it's not what he thinks it is. So I've been working with him, trying to show it to him piece by piece, and he's now finally starting to come around and have some acceptance towards me about it. I'm really looking forward to watching him grow with that as I blossom and grow in Islam. Islam is not what he thinks it is, and if he sees me doing good deeds and kindness towards him and towards others, I think it'll really help open his eyes to what is really going on. I think the biggest thing that I pray for is for understanding, for strength from myself to keep going through what I'm going through, and for understanding from my Father so that he can understand that what I'm going through isn't easy and that it hurts me just as much as it hurts him. So hopefully, by the grace of Allah, he will one day understand and be accepting and gracious towards my decision. And I think step by step he's seeing the change in me, and he's learning to appreciate what I'm doing, what I'm learning. And hopefully one day that'll help him see and view Islam in a more positive way. Being an American, there are a lot of things Americans do that don't coincide with Islam. And I've basically had to really learn what is halal and what is haram. And you know, I don't want to do anything that's haram, obviously. I don't want to sin. So it's very important to me to find out what these things are. I don't know what all of them are yet. I've only been in this a week and a half, and there are a lot of things that I'm still learning. It's difficult for me to understand a lot of what is going on when I'm around Muslim people, when I'm at the mosque, because a lot of it is in Arabic. And I don't speak Arabic yet, but I have a strong desire to learn it. As far as the Quran is concerned, I think, you know, I'm reading it in English now, and I want to learn it in its purest form, and that would be to learn it in Arabic. I have the Arabic version. You know, I like to look at it, but I don't understand what it's saying. But I am in the process of learning the alphabet and learning what the handwriting looks like so I can understand it. And I really want to read the Quran in its purest form, and the only way to do that is to learn Arabic and read the Quran in Arabic. So it's only my first week and a half of being Muslim, so I obviously don't know any Arabic yet. And you know, I tried to read the Quran, and I have the translation. I have it in Arabic, I have it in the Arabic written language for Americans, and then I also have it in English. So pretty much the only thing I really know how to say in Arabic that I can recognize and understand is in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, which is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Other than that, I'm learning.
Tabarak Allazi Nazala Furqana ala abdihi liyakuna lil alamina nazira. Allazi lahu mulkuza mawati wal arzi walam yatakis waladan wa lam yakul lahu sharikun fil mulki wa khalaq wa kulla shay'in faqadarahu taqdira.
That was difficult. I sound like a 3-year-old learning to read. Jaden really loves, he really loves going to mosque, and he really loves doing salat with me, and he really loves wearing the thobe. He gets excited about it, and he feels really good about it, which is great. It's precious to me that he is actually really involved in it and enjoying it and seeing what it opens up for him. He saw what it changed in me, and it brought a lot more calmness, a lot of kindness, and a lot more stability than what I had before, and he feels that, and I think it really has affected him in a very positive way. One of the things that I have had to change is the fact that I want to eat halal. And there are a lot of places out here that don't serve halal food. I've been eating at a lot of Persian and Arabian restaurants simply because they serve halal. Fortunately for me, there is a halal butcher within an hour of driving distance, or else I wouldn't be able to eat meat at home. There's a lot of fast food around. There's a lot of easy ways to eat meat that are quick. Because out here, you know, everyone's so busy working and running around and doing their calendars and their schedules, and their kids have this and that going on. It's crazy out here. So when we really take the time to think about what we're putting in our bodies and how we want ourselves to feel and be, I don't think it would be as hard for people as they think it would be if they felt the true grace of Allah. Since becoming a Muslim, since putting on the hijab and kind of traveling around a little bit in the neighborhood, the only Muslims I've met are these really wonderful men at the gas station locally, and it's now the only gas station I'll go to. They're great, they're wonderful, they want to help me. Converting to Islam, being an American and converting, you start to notice the negativity that people have towards you. But the neat thing about it is I wasn't raised in Islam, so the fact that it's a choice of mine and not something that I kind of have to do because my parents say so, make it easier for me, I think. So having a support system of everyone at the mosque behind me, I mean, especially all the women there, they're very strong in supporting me. I've made a lot of new friends, good people, and they're all, you know, texting me and calling me and making sure that I'm happy and that I'm doing okay and that I don't have any questions, and that they're spending time with me and making me feel good about my choice, because they understand that it's not easy for an American to become a Muslim. You know, you get a lot of judgment.
Woo, I'm dizzy.
I still dress very colorful. I'm just a colorful kind of girl, but I dressed in the brightest colors I could, in the most revealing clothing that I could, because I wanted the attention. I felt like I needed the attention because that was where my self-esteem came from. Now that I'm wearing hijab, I still have that same confidence. In fact, if anything, I have more, because I don't need that attention anymore. I don't need that self-fulfillment, because I have that self-fulfillment now. And it came from the right source. It came from Allah. And that is the biggest source of self-fulfillment that you can get. I started wearing hijab the first day that I converted. Within an hour after converting, I drove to a shop and bought complete hijab, because I felt like that's what would be most respectful to Allah, and that's what would be most respectful to myself, because I didn't want men looking at me and thinking things in their minds that aren't appropriate. I want for them to look at me and appreciate me for who I am on the inside, because that's really what matters, you know. I've spent enough years with men looking at me in that way, in bikinis and, you know, everything that I used to wear, and I don't need that. And I want to respect the religion, I want to respect Islam, and I want to respect Allah, and I want to respect myself. I would love it if you would come with me to go through my closet and basically experience with me the changes that I'm going through. You know, I kind of feel like a butterfly, like I was once wrapped in a cocoon, and I was wrapped in a cocoon of sin, of everything that was making my life toxic and wrong. And now I've finally come out of it, and I've become a butterfly. Butterflies change colors. Butterflies look different. So it's time for you to come with me and see me change into a butterfly. So here we are at my closet, and there is a lot of stuff in here that I have to get rid of. I'm sorry to say that I used to wear this. It's definitely not long, so got rid of that. I have these, and I like to wear these with shorts, very short shorts, or schoolgirl skirts, or even booty shorts. So I guess you kind of know what I used to wear, huh? On a more serious note, doing this has made me feel extremely liberated. It's basically me cutting out my past and allowing the new me to shine through. And, you know, you can make a conversion to Islam and feel it, but not live it. And this is me showing you my dedication to living it. I'm not just a hijab wearer, I'm a new person. And being that new person involves cutting out all my past. And my slate is wiped clean. So here you go, clean slate. There's a quote that I really, really like. It says, "Just as a caterpillar thought that the world was coming to an end, it became a butterfly." Totally my story.
Aw, thank you.
Some people ask me, actually a lot of people ask me if I'm 100% sure in my decision, because they think, oh, you know, she never said anything about this before, so this must be just a decision she just made on the fly, something temporary. You know, it's just a phase. She'll go through it, and she'll be, you know, back to Jamie in the short skirts. And I wouldn't have made the decision to convert if I wasn't absolutely, positively, without a doubt, sure that this was the right decision, sure that this is the truth. I wouldn't have fallen in love with it. Now that I've converted to Islam, I want to help change the face of what people see Islam to be. I want to show people that Muslims are caring, we're friendly, we're nice people, we care about our neighbors, we care about the people around us. And if people see more Muslims behaving that way, we can change people's opinions. I think that that's really the path I'm supposed to take right now. And however I'm meant to do that is, you know, that's up to Allah. He'll tell me. But I would also like to learn everything about Islam and hopefully one day be able to use it to speak to women and to speak to Muslim women and help them and teach